So I have to talk about the Fox bombshells. I mean, it's hard to keep calling them bombshells, but because we keep saying, Charlie, I'm not even sure what's illegal or what's not. But I mean, it is just astounding what we've found in writing.
In fact, I just wrote about this a minute ago. I got to tell you, there have got to be no lawyers in America having more fun than the guys who have the Dominion lawsuit.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, after work every day, assuming that their work day ever ends, billable hours.
Other than the lawyer that was against Alex Jones, whose Alex Jones' lawyer accidentally sent the entire contents.
Right.
Well, yeah, that was a pretty good moment, too. But this one is like every 3 or 4 weeks now, they get to release all this great stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. And this time, they teed up the old man, which is, even more delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's really sort of astounding, but we were saying like sharing, basically spying on Biden's campaign, helping the Trump campaign spy on Biden. I don't know what's illegal. They're showing ads. They're doing debate strategy.
Well, I mean, I've got to believe that you could make a plausible case to the FEC that was an in-kind contribution.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like, as Ronna McDaniel would put it, a no-brainer. And if there's anybody who is an expert on no-brainers, it's Ronna McDaniel.
I mean, but Charlie, just the admissions that they know they were lying. I mean, first of all, the volume of texts and all of that, and the admissions under oath, they knew they were lying, and they went on the air with it anyway. How does that all strike you about what? I mean, could Dominion really?
Way back in my days in journalism school, we took obviously we had to take a course in journalism law. And it was emphasized to us how high the bar was set in Sullivan v. New York Times for what actual malice is.
Right.
This is a case study.
Yeah. Yeah.
The height of the bar is set at you have to know what you're putting out is fake.
Right. And when you said that,
a mountain of documentation now to prove that all the way up to Papa Murdoch, they knew what people were saying on their network was false.
It's funny, as you said that, I was thinking of the movie Absence of Malice. I mean, you're absolutely right. That goes to the crux of it, is that, they need to do a remake, right, just called Malice. I mean, it's
well, that's okay, because the right wing has Sullivan v. New York teed up,
they do.
For the Supreme Court right now. So, I wouldn't be too reckless with what we already have. But, I mean, there's no doubt about actual malice as defined in that decision here.
Mm-hmm. Well, and, it also, again, we're right in the midst of this giving 40,000 hours of tape to just Tucker Carlson, who is now a proven liar in this lawsuit, a conspiracy theorist. You wrote a great piece. The effort to rewrite our national memory of January 6th is in full swing. The latest news we were just talking about this morning, Charlie, is that, they'll release it to other networks. In a few weeks. I mean, doesn't this stink of the Barr memo to you? Like, let's have Tucker filter this.
I don't know that there's anything you can do about it.
Right.
But I don't know what the provenance of all this tape is. Is it really, Kevin McCarthy's to do what he will?
Yeah.
I have no idea on that. I mean, that's a matter for lawyers above my law and order law degree pedigree. But I just said law degree pedigree in consecutive phrases.
Yeah, wow.
There's all kinds of people running around in my head this morning.
But you're right. You're right.
No, I mean, honest to God, I don't know who owns that stuff.
Yeah.
I always assumed it was the taxpayers.
Thank you. And you said we're in the middle of beginning of a 2-year conservative campaign to convince the public that what we didn't see what we clearly saw on January 6th, and we don't know what we learned last year from the House Select Committee's work on the insurrection. We're going to be asked regularly to believe them instead of our own lying eyes. That's exactly it. They're trying to undo, I guess, what the J6 committee did, right?
Well, that's a priority, yeah, because they don't want. They know what's coming down the track. If somebody, please God, gets off the dime and indicts some people.
Yeah. I mean, but you went through, as the historian of the Stephanie Miller Show, You went
Thank
through three events in American history known as corrupt bargains. You said we can add a fourth corrupt bargain to the roster, namely the arrangement that McCarthy made with the Angry Children's Caucus in order to become Speaker. He's essentially copped to this one, even fundraising off this abject surrender. You said in this latest corrupt bargain, what was at stake was McCarthy's political career, a cheap return in exchange for continuing threat to the Republic's existence. I mean, this is a serious security problem, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. We don't know how much he promised and to whom.
Right.
I mean, I don't even want to guess what might still be out there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they boxed him in by making him support this notion that a single member of Congress can call for his removal.
Yeah. Yeah. Shouldn't we be doing that almost every day?
Yeah, I think Democrats should just start doing it every day.
I don't understand why no Democrat hasn't tried it already.
I know. Shouldn't we elect Ashton Kutcher in some way and have him just show up with a camera every day and just have him go,
Let's get Alan Funt.
Is he still alive?
No, he's not.
Oh, thank God.
Gone. Long
All right.
gone.
Charlie, you excerpted the, we hadn't talked about this yet, U.S. District Court Judge Amy Berman Jackson, Judge Jackson, if you're nasty. Thank you, AG. Ruled on Thursday that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, whose text messages disparaging then candidate Trump cast a pall over the FBI's investigation of links between Trump campaign and Russia, would be allowed to depose FBI Director Chris Wray for a similar 2-hour period on a limited set of topics. But there's a twist. The ability to ask Trump and Wray about these circumstances might come down to a decision from President Biden. Jackson's order gave the DOJ a month to inform the court whether the current president will invoke executive privilege over any aspect of Trump's testimony. And you said, I sense a serious Dark Brandon episode coming soon. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he strings it out for as long as possible and then decides to waive the privilege.
Yeah.
But make him sweat for a while. Tomorrow there's a hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee that Merrick Garland's coming in for his regularly scheduled oversight appearance, basically. And Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island has already said he's going to ask him about Charlie McGonigal, the New York field office in the 2016 election.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that might be worth following tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because, today you've got the Supreme Court hearing arguments about the student loan forgiveness program, for which I have absolutely no hope. But, so yeah, I mean, if you're in the middle of a snowstorm as I am, and you like the whole C-SPAN live stream thing, you've got a good couple days coming up.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Having a life will get into the way of that, but that's the way things go.
Exactly. So Charlie, what? Obviously, we didn't talk to you after the chatty Georgia forewoman of the. I know.
At first, I really admired the fact that she was so unloosed or felt unleashed the way she did.
She's a quirky little thing.
Now she's got to shut up.
Yes. Well,
I mean, your 15 minutes is up 20 minutes ago, kid.
Yeah. I mean, I get Glenn's she's an excitable young woman.
What?
I know Glenn Kirshner was she's an excitable young woman. She didn't break any rules, but I think it's. First of all, Jody, I was going to say, how are they saying this would bias people? She seemed really excited about, meeting Trump. She thought Giuliani and Lindsey Graham were great.
Right.
I don't. I also noticed that the possibility has been raised that if it actually does come to a trial down there, they want the president's lawyers want to move the venue out of Fulton County for reasons of completely phony reasons of bad publicity and a poison jury pool. And one of the places they suggested moving it was Marjorie Taylor Greene's district.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
I guess Simi Valley was booked.
Yeah, that's where they move all of the.
Yeah. They move that or the 5th district. They move all their cases down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of legal experts are saying she didn't do any harm legally. I think it made us all I was just even the joke on SNL about him going, they almost had me, and then she opened her mouth. I mean, just the fact that anything could affect his very what's the word. Long-deserved justice is, makes us all nervous. But I was just saying, how are you saying she's biased? She seemed, if anything, you're going, they're the bad guys in this, right? The Lindsey Graham that you're saying is great, and Rudy Giuliani. I wish I could have met President Trump. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, Charlie? How is that bias against Trump?
Yeah, that's going to be really hard to prove, considering she obviously is I don't know that she's a Fox fangirl, but she's clearly a political celebrity fangirl.
Right. Right.
I mean, how can you be that excited about meeting Lindsey Graham?
Not since his coming out party, when he was an ingenue down south.
Well,
someone been so excited to meet.
As a heterosexual female, how can you be that? Well, never mind. Sorry.
All right. Hey.
Hi, I'm Chef Shanti, and today in the Organic Kitchen, I'm going to be showing you how to make my favorite breakfast burrito.